Young Sally here, 13 years old, one of the smartest kids in her class. Very devout Christian. Good girl, goes to Sunday school and church every Sunday. And likes to spread the word of God to her friends. One day after school, little Johnny, the school bully, local troublemaker, also 13 years old, walks up to Sally and said, "Hey Sally, I bet you I got something that God can't do." And Sally was reluctant to even engage in the conversation with little Johnny in the first place. But Sally was curious. What in the world could this idiot have come up with? So Sally said, "Okay, Johnny boy, let's hear what you got." Johnny, who had a secret crush on Sally, said, "Okay, if I can tell you something that God can't do, you gotta give me a kiss." Sally knew that Johnny wasn't going to outsmart her, so she laughed and said, "Okay, deal." So little Johnny said, "Okay, Sally, can God create rocks?" Sally said, "Well, yes, of course. God created the heavens and the earth and everything on the earth, including the rocks." "Can God create really big rocks?" "Well, He created the mountains. He can create a rock of any size." Little Johnny then went on to ask, "Well, can God lift rocks?" And Sally said, "Well, if God wanted to lift rocks, yes, He can lift rocks. He can do anything. Anything you can think of, God can do." Little Johnny went on to say, "Okay, can God create a rock that's so heavy that God Himself cannot lift it?" Young Sally paused for a moment to think about this, because if God could create a rock so heavy that God could not lift it, then that means God could not do something. He could not lift that heavy rock. But if God could lift any rock that He could create, then that means that God cannot create a rock too heavy to lift. So either or, God cannot do something in this situation. Sally starts to become furious and enraged that Johnny boy just outsmarted her, and Sally really despised Johnny and definitely did not want to kiss him, definitely did not want to say that he won. So Sally paused for a moment, thought, and came up with an idea. She asked Johnny, I tell you what, Johnny boy, if I kiss you here now, your friends aren't going to believe that I actually kiss you. So, tell you what, if you can answer my question, let's do double or nothing. If you can answer my question, then I'll kiss you in front of your friends so that your friends believe you, your friends see. If you can't, then deal's off. I walk away. Johnny thought and got all excited. Well, yeah, that'd be great to have this cute Sally kiss him in front of his friends. So Johnny was like, "Okay, deal." Sally said, "Okay, it's a two-part question here. First of all, Johnny, do you believe in God?" And Johnny, as smug as he was, in a jerk-like voice, said, well, of course not. That's just all made-up stories for scare kids into obeying their parents and doing their homeworks and this and that. Sally then said, okay, well, part two of the question. If there is no God in the first place, then how can you find something that God cannot do? Now little Jonny paused to ponder the paradox that he just walked himself into, as Sally gave him a smirk and walked away. This has been Joe Smith, signing out.